everyone, as always I'm the Aussie Gamer and today I bring you my review on Darksiders. You play as War, one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. After being deceived by the forces of evil into prematurely bringing about the end of the world, War stands accused of breaking the sacred law by inciting a war between heaven and hell. Dishonoured and stripped of his powers, War must return to Earth to search for the truth and punish those responsible. Overall, the story is okay, but the incorporation of what appears to be politics with laws, the council and all that shit makes the game plot somewhat confusing to players, and I know that I at least had a little trouble following. That's not to say the story is bad, it's just that it would have been a lot clearer and just as good without the confusing politics. Another thing you'll notice about this game is that Darksiders showcases some pretty decent visuals. Groundbreaking? No. Decent? Yes. Model detail is great with pretty much every character. War in particular looks amazing. In the most non-apocalyptic homosexual way possible. Everything about him is so detailed, ranging from his armour to his cloak to his kick-ass sword, that bears a strange resemblance to Frostmourne from Warcraft. In fact, now that you mention it, War himself bears a striking resemblance to Arthas. Weird, huh? It's not only the characters that are well detailed, but the environments as well, whether it's the ruined remains of suburbia or a lush green forest. The game does a good job at delivering each individual environment visually, again, complementing the apocalyptic theme of the game. The combat scenes are awesome, and the game showcases plenty of gore to keep our inner psychopath happy. I'm serious, so much gore. War dismembers enemies' limbs, decapitates them, you name it, he does it. I mean, come on, there's so much gore that the game even keeps a tally of how much demon blood War has spilled so far in the game. That's awesome! The animation, I found for the most part, was very smooth. However, if I had any complaints at all, it would be that the frame rate sometimes slowed a little bit when War was attacking numerous enemies on the screen at once. Not game breaking, but still could have been fixed. The game also offers a very appropriate soundtrack, and Mark Hamill does a great job voicing the Watcher, a spirit that follows War, ensuring his loyalty throughout the game, similar to Na'vi or Midna from the Zelda series. Darksiders is an action-adventure inspired by the likes of The Legend of Zelda and God of War, so it was obvious before I even began playing that this game would have some pretty good gameplay. The game incorporates really cool combat sequences in which War takes on quite a variety of different enemies. Different enemies require different means to kill them, which is great as it stops the game from becoming stale and repetitive as the player takes on a different mixture of enemies every time. What's more is that War executes some pretty awesome combos, and when it comes time to finish an enemy, well, yeah, you get the picture. A minor complaint would be that at times, especially when you're surrounded by bad guys, the game may become somewhat of a button masher. Not saying it's like this all of the time, but for me it was at least for some of the time. The game takes a leaf out of Zelda's book with the incorporation of several dungeons that involve both puzzle solving and combat to beat. Each dungeon also comes complete with its own mini-boss and main boss. Bosses look sweet and are challenging and do require some sort of strategy to beat, usually to do with the newly acquired weapon from that particular dungeon. Each boss fight is unique and epic and allows the player to really get into the nitty-gritty of combat. The game also incorporates an upgrade system that allows players to improve War's combos, the damage he does in battle, choose special abilities, and much more. It's a great addition as it allows players to save up XP in order to make War stronger so that he can handle much more tougher enemies as the game progresses, as well as become more effective in combat in general. Although I haven't finished the game yet, I can say that the game's campaign seems adequately long. I mean, put it this way, I've clocked up nearly 4 hours so far in playtime and haven't even reached close to halfway yet. Mind you, I am playing on a higher difficulty, because I'm not a vagina. So obviously with a lengthy campaign, players should get a considerable amount of value for their money. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, I conclude that Darksiders, although one of the silent releases thus far this year, is an awesome game and one not to be missed, especially for fans of The Legend of Zelda and God of War. Its action-adventure style of gameplay accompanied by great and satisfying combat and a solid presentation make Darksiders what I consider to be a good buy. Thanks guys, as always rate, comment and subscribe, see you soon.